Hey everybody, Nick Pellegrino here outside our restaurant Manja Nashville. We're back with another quick, easy recipe for you to get you through these days when you can't leave the house. Usually things you have in the cupboard. Maybe you have to go out to the store for a quick thing or two, but we got you covered. Come on, let's go. Hey everybody, today we're talking about chicken piccata. Simple, easy dish, affordable. Things you may already have in the pantry. If you don't, you can run to the supermarket. I promise you they're gonna have most of these things in there. And if not, I'll give you some great substitutes for them. So, chicken piccata is usually made with chicken breasts. Maybe we slice them, make a little cutlet out of them, pound them down a little bit, make them nice and thin. Today, we're gonna use a different part of the chicken, my favorite part of the chicken, and in my mind, the undisputed champion of all chicken flavor, the chicken thigh. Look at these babies right here. This package of chicken thighs, 6 thighs, $1.50. Come on kids, that's silly. That's just silly. And it's delicious. So we're gonna use those thighs for this recipe, and I promise you, you can't mess this up. You can undercook these chicken thighs, but overcooking them, all that's gonna do is make it fall off the bone. And I don't see a problem with that, do you? Okay, let's talk about our ingredients. Right here, we've got capers. So these are capers. You're gonna find these in the grocery store. I promise you, if the zombie apocalypse happened, there'd be a jar of capers still on the shelves. Zombies do not dig capers. If you can't find capers, that's cool. Get yourself some olives, anything that has a briny, salty flavor to it, throw in the end of this dish. But really, if you can, get the capers, because that is gonna make this dish wonderful. Then we've got some unsalted butter. What could ever be wrong with butter? Nothing. We've got some white wine, some lemon juice. This is the juice of about 3 lemons right here. I juiced them before we started. Then we've got some fresh parsley. Again, if you don't have fresh herbs, use your dry herbs, those are fine. I always love to use fresh, but hey, not everybody has an herb garden outside their window. So use the dry if you don't have the fresh. Okay, so let's talk about what we're gonna do here. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our saute pan over here. Get yourself a nice heavy saute pan that you could put into your oven, all right? I've preheated the oven. You preheat your oven at home. Get it as high as you can get it. If it goes up to 500 degrees, great. 550, great. If you can't, 425 will work too. It's just gonna take you a little bit longer. Now we've got a pizza oven here that gets really hot, but right now it's about 600 degrees. There you go, look at that flame. Hot. All right, anyway, we're gonna put just a little bit of oil in the bottom of the pan so that chicken doesn't stick too much to it. And then we're gonna put our thighs into the pan here. Get all those guys in there. Now what we're gonna do, the technique here is we're gonna cook this chicken just about completely through, and then we're gonna create our sauce and then put it back in a little bit with the sauce, and that's when the magic is gonna happen. Now we're gonna add some sea salt to this. Just get a nice, generous amount of sea salt on the outside. What that salt is gonna do as well, guys, it's gonna make a great crust, and that skin is gonna be really crispy because of that salt you put on it. We got some cracked black pepper on top there. And that's it. We're gonna put it in the oven. It's gonna take probably about 20 minutes from start to finish until that chicken is cooked about 155, 160 degrees internal temperature. If you got a thermometer, use that. But usually 20 minutes will be just right. And while it's cooking, do what you gotta do. You gotta be kidding me with this garbage. Come get it and send me something new. Fresh, please, Gino. In the words of Christopher Walken, wash your hands. It's good for you. All right, we're gonna pull that chicken out now and get that sauce started. This is smelling amazing in here. Those delicious thighs cooking in the oven here. Look at that stuff. That's amazing. Okay, so we're gonna pull it over here. Make sure you use a towel because that pan is gonna be blazing hot when it comes out of the oven. All right, next step, we're gonna take these thighs, we're gonna pull them out of this pan. We can get them out, there we go. Here's a little pro tip. They don't come out right away, just let it sit there for a second and they usually will release. There you go, see? See it? Scrape them off. Now see all that great stuff in the bottom of the pan? That is all the beginnings of the most delicious sauce you're ever gonna taste. Look at all that stuff. Little pieces of chicken coming off in there. Some of the fat from the skin. That is magical, kids, right there. That's what I'm talking about. Flip the heat on. Pour the white wine in there. Into that sizzle. Now, here's the cool stuff. Take this whisk. If you don't have a whisk, get a spoon, whatever you got. Scrape those little bits off the bottom of that pan. Now look at it. Take a look in that pan. Look at all that stuff. That is flavor, baby. Look at that. So delicious. Oh my God. It smells amazing in here right now. Okay. So we're going to reduce that white wine a little bit, just cook off the alcohol. And our sauce is already starting to come together. Now next we're going to take some lemon juice. Again, this is the juice of about 3 lemons. Pour that lemon in there. And do the same thing. Just move it around. Get that stuff moving. Amazing. Right here. Okay, let that cook for a little bit, maybe a minute or so. Let it go. And then we're going to grab our butter. And who doesn't love butter? This is probably about 2 sticks of butter. I'm not going to use all of it, or am I? I'm going to take it, I've already cubed it a little bit, throw it in your pan there, get that melting. What this is going to do is this is going to bring that sauce together. The fat and the butter is going to combine all of those other delicious flavors, and it's going to bind it together and turn it into a sauce for you. And then, after our butter, take your capers. Again, if you don't have capers, olives work. Get those capers in there. You want all these flavors to combine. Move that butter around. Look at that. That is so good. Like a fiendish scientist here. Now look at what's happening here too. What you're doing with that butter is you're creating a little bit of an emulsion, and it's holding that sauce together. You're not going to have to thicken this sauce with anything if you add enough butter to it. Okay, so that is really, really just beautiful right now. I'm going to take it back over here, sit it right onto the sauce. Get the thighs in there. Oh yeah, that's so good. The smell in here is it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I almost want to open a bottle of wine here. I think I might. Okay, get that in there. Just move it around a little bit. And let's put them back into the oven. Remember, you didn't shut your oven off. Just leave your oven on, leave it hot. Put it back in the oven for about another 5 minutes or so, just to kind of get that sauce into the chicken. Get that chicken into the sauce. Everybody's into each other. It's a lovely thing. Babies are done. We're going to pull them out. Oh, look at that. Is that one of the most beautiful things you've ever seen? And remember, this meal was created for under 10 bucks. That's insane. Okay, let's take it over here. Let's plate it, sauce it, bring it out to the family, baby. I like to do things family style, put them on a big platter, let people gather around and help themselves. I know we're trying to social distance, but if you're already quarantined with your family, you're as close as you're going to be anyway. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of chopped parsley to it, just fresh Italian flat leaf parsley into that sauce. That's going to brighten it up a little bit. Also going to add some beautiful color to it. Look at that. Just greens just popping around there. All right, once that is done, now you could add a little more butter to it here if you want. I don't think we need it right now. I feel like this sauce is just perfect. Okay, so let's pour this over it. I'm going to do it this way so we can get that beautiful food television camera angle. Look at that. Oh, you got to slow-mo that, baby. Now look at that dish that you just created for your family. Get some lemons on these guys. That. Get a little bit of parsley on there. Just throw it on. And you are rock and rolling. Restaurant quality dish in your house. Under 10 bucks. Feed the family. What's better than that? All right. Let's taste some of this. See if we win with this recipe. I think we do. Let me pull that off of there. Come on now. All right, here we go. Here we go. Get a little piece of skin in there. Everybody's happy. Oh man, that's just crazy. That's so delicious. Guys, make this for your family tonight. It's the best thing that you can do for them. This is comfort food. Italian food is all about making people feel good. And this makes me feel really good. Check us out on mangianashville.com. Go to Facebook, check out these videos. We love you. Cent'anni. Thank you.